Hello beautiful people, beautiful energies. Thank you for stopping by my channel. This is your friendly local neighborhood demon slayer. Back at you guys to give you another general tarot card reading. Let's see what the universe has for us. We have stuck in between. What messages do you have for us today? What lesson do we need to learn? What demons do we need to slay, universe? Growing corruption is here. Alright, we have astral projection is here. Let's see. What else do we have? We have bounty in the reverse. We have jealousy here. That one really wanted to come out. And we have scholar out here again in the reverse. I say again, I just did a reading with scholar in reverse. What else do we have? We have the magician here. I'm going to go ahead and take the second one because they were magician, and then we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. They came out together. One more please for our angels. We've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. What else do we have? What more can you tell us about this message? We have making the grade here. We have reduced noise in the reverse. And we have moth to a flame in the reverse. What else do we have here? We've got unfortunate. Foresight. And we have fireworks in the reverse. Seven of Cups. Justice in the reverse. And the Four of Cups. So I'm picking up a divine masculine energy who's in his younger years. So we're talking like 20s or younger. All right, and it feels like, you know, home wasn't a home when he was growing up kind of deal. And so when he got out on his own, he was just, you know, kind of floating around, kind of stuck in between, right? Not really knowing where to go, whatnot. But his heart, even through childhood, has always been solid. Like, you know, he has access to his gifts. You see the magician down here. This is who I'm talking about. They've always had access to their gifts. And unfortunately, that stands out tremendously to people who are looking to take advantage of that and to take that away from people. We got making the grade here. So it looks like young magician, like you're good at everything you do because you have access to all your talents and skills. Like you can harness so much. But you, like I said, at this time you kind of fell upon. I mean, you're just kind of stuck in between, right? No money. Nobody really, giving great advice or guidance, right? But regardless, you've always had choices, like no matter what. You can be successful in any field that you decide you want to go into, like period. No matter what, you will be successful no matter which path you take, what craft you take on. But then you've got this other energy here who looks like this is another divine excuse my language. This is definitely not a divine masculine. There's a karmic masculine who approached this young man while he was, out on the streets or in between places to live, whatever, right? This man picked up on that he didn't have anybody solid in his life, and he kind of took advantage of that. So he came in as like somebody who's trying to guide him and, teach him the ways of the world, how to make money and this and that. But this is somebody who behind the scenes is just looking to destroy this young man. He does not want him to succeed. And if he can take control of his mind and make this magician think that he needs his advice, he needs his help, he needs this man's support, that's what he was trying to build. He was trying to build control. But I don't know, something's coming to surface and becoming louder and louder for this magician. Like it's becoming clear to him that he's not who he says he is. He's not really there to help him unconditionally. We're picking up on this jealous energy. And for you, young magician, you've also been blessed with intuition, great intuition. So you've got foresight here. And fortunately, that's protected you. But I feel like you did not reject this karmic, their help. It was like you knew what they were about, but you also knew that they could offer you something that you really needed. And so it's like you were playing, I don't want to say playing both sides, but I mean, you could get away with playing both sides in this situation because this man never meant you well to begin with, kind of thing. But because you knew that, you were able to operate in that. So we got 10 of Swords and Justice here, both in the reverse. Right under that foresight of this jealousy. So it's like this karmic masculine never had a chance to begin with. He did not catch on, at least not so far, right? I haven't gotten to the end yet, but he has not caught on to the fact that you're more savvy. Like you've already caught on to the game. You caught on to the game like very, very early on, if not from the beginning. And it's like this man, oh man. So in our last line, we've got astral projection and moth to a flame in the reverse. You're definitely a traveler. You're a traveler. You're meant to travel to many places in the world in your lifetime. And you are not a moth to a flame. You're not blindly attracted to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like this karmic masculine really believed that you were just young and green and naive, and so that you would just be instantly attracted to his help and support and then want to follow him like a little puppy the rest of your life. But you are not a moth to a flame. You have direction. You're not distracted by pretty little fake lights, you know? We've got scholar and fireworks in the reverse. this man really tries to come off as if he's got some kind of information or ways of life, like systems or ideas to operate in the world, and that he's trying to convince this young man that it's the only way to go. But he's not. He's not an expert in anything. He has nothing. Like I said, you're not attracted to the pretty little lights that are coming up and popping up, and you know what I'm saying? It's not, you're not attracted to that. You know this man doesn't have, you know, it's like he has education to survive on the streets, but only at a low vibrational level, doing illegal stuff and ruining his own life in the process. Like, it's one thing to be street smart, but it's a whole other thing to try and sell your street smarts, because street smarts only apply to certain experiences. And so unless this man was involved in trying to get you involved with certain experiences, he doesn't know shit. And that's really what it was he was trying to put you in situations to where you would have to call on him, because you knew that he would have the right answers and the right say. But it didn't work. It didn't work. But we've got King of Pentacles here in the reverse. You never trusted this dude. You were smart enough not to trust this dude. And then the Four of Cups. Like, the fact that you rode the fence and you played both sides, right? You don't care. You knew exactly what this man was about. You knew the evilness that resides in his soul. And you don't give two flips about this guy. Like, he's infuriated. Let's see where you guys are at now. Like, I'm just curious. Like, is he gone from your life yet? Has the big show gone down? We've got the King of Pentacles here. We have the Hermit. And we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Alright, so if you haven't already, you are recently going to be separated from him. He did help you to learn certain things. But you were able, like, you have a grand discernment for life and for energies, right? So you knew how to use the information that he had. It wasn't that the information was completely invaluable, right? But because this young man was able to determine the difference between right and wrong, good and evil, like, it's like he sat around and watched him do this evil, but it taught him how to do certain things so that he could turn around and use it for good, is what this young magician has done. And so that is leading you, young masculine, that young divine being, to this King of Pentacles. You are exuding this energy at this time, and if you have not, you are about to go into hermit mode. So you've learned the tools that you need to survive and get by right now, in order for you to go ahead and isolate yourself and truly like take the journey into the unknown, and dive into yourself, dig deep, and figure out what it is exactly that you need to be doing, where you need to go. This Queen of Swords energy in reverse is this Karmic Masculine. Like I said, this is somebody who claims that he's, the smartest in the business and this and that, but it's like, dude, if you were really that smart and you were really that good, why are you messing with me? Why are you not living in a nice house and covering your bills? Because it looks to me like you're struggling a little bit. You keep wiping your nose like you just did that line of coke. Like, are you serious right now? But you want to convince me that you're good at something, and then I should follow you, and like, you should control me the rest of my life because you're the only one that knows everything. No. This young divine being is so much smarter than that. Oh, divine masculine, you've done a fantastic job. you really hoodwinked this dude. Like, he did not expect this. He really, even to this day, thinks that he's so much smarter and faster than you, but he's learning or about to learn the hard way. As soon as you go into this hermit mode and you drop off the map, dude's gonna be confused as hell. He really is. And depending on how long you stay in hermit mode, he's really going to believe that you are dead, at least for a little while. It's not going to remain that way, obviously, but because you caught on, and because you chose to educate yourself and utilize those tools for good, to bring in good things and do good things for the world, it's initiating a karmic cycle for this karmic energy. So all of the wrongdoings and the little workings that he's doing, because you and I are both completely aware that this is not the first time that he's trying to reel in somebody young and green and supposedly naive and supposedly vulnerable. Like, he's really good at this. Like, had it been anybody else but you, young man, like, he definitely would have ruined somebody's life. And these skills, the level of skill that he has, he's definitely done this before. This is something that he's trained to do, kind of. Like, he has a whole system set up on how to take advantage of people. That's so sad. But anyway, this karmic cycle that you've initiated is going to make him face up to that and face the consequences. So this karmic energy thinks that he's down now. It's just the beginning. As soon as you walk away, as soon as you initiate your hermit mode, that's when this happens. Well, thank you, Divine Being, for staying on your game, for remaining in alignment with yourself, realizing the difference between good and evil, right and wrong, and kind of going in there and just being like Robinhood, right? Going in and taking something of value so you can turn around and give it back to the world, to the rightful owners. You've taken the tools and the resources that this man offered, and you're making use of it, but good use. So that's fantastic. That's really smart. That's very, that's it. You're amazing, dude. Keep rocking it. I cannot wait to see what it is that you bring to this world. And like I said, you are a world traveler, so you're not going to ever, I don't want to say ever, but like you've got so many places to get to in this lifetime before you're done. And what I mean by done is, like, whatever it is that you are responsible for bringing into this world, you're supposed to be traveling with it and sharing that in many different places, not just one spot, is what I'm saying. So at some point, if you and God decide, okay, you've completed this task, then maybe you'll settle down or whatnot. But as far as like this journey goes and what it is that you've been put here for, you're definitely going to be doing a lot of traveling with that. So that is exciting. I'm very happy for you. I'm very glad that you have such a high level of discernment. You clearly have a great protection about you, and it looks like you're not even putting that protection off on your angels or anything. Like, you're really trying to embody that full sovereignty so that you yourself can be able to protect yourself. Although you're not rejecting God, you're not rejecting the universe or their help or anything like that. You're just recognizing the power that you hold as a human being here on earth, which is the power of choice. You don't have to do anything anybody says. You don't have to. You might not like the consequences that come from that, but we still have the power of choice. We do. The choice is ours. Well, thank you so much to everybody who dropped in to share in this energy, to share in this reading. I greatly appreciate it. If you do feel so led, please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, any of the above, because all of that helps to share the channel, share the messages. And I appreciate every single thought that you guys send out. I am grateful for. Thank you. And until our next reading, you guys, stay away from these karmic energies. Bye.